Have just a little bit on. Hey, what's going on, man? I'm here. All right, everybody. Wednesday night, it's hump night. Hump night, that means it's Wednesday night, guys. All right, let's get everybody situated here. We are in the Wizard of Oz corner. Yeah. Yeah, man, that's where we're at. In my house. We have a Wizard of Oz stuff. You know why? Because we're from Kansas. That's why. My app shut down, man. Hey, what's going on, Ricky? Hey, man, thanks for suggesting those songs. I went pretty good, man. Everybody liked them really good. Just finished a recording session. That's cool. Just when you get rich and famous, man, don't forget about me, all right? We could do a song together. You did awesome. Okay, cool, man. I'm glad you liked them, brother. I'm glad. I'm gonna play them again. Let's see. Tomorrow, cool, man, cool. Stupid thing. I have. So I played at the hospital Monday. I get free tickets. Yes. All right. Well, I was kind of hoping that you and I could play together, man. You know what I mean? If I have a show, I'll tell you, and you can go. And if you have a show, you tell me, and I'll go. And then we can both play our guitars together. Okay? You play the rhythm, and then I can play some lead over the top of your rhythm. Okay?
I'm your back singer.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. My wife said she'll be the backup singer. So later on, after my wife retires, we're planning on getting an RV and then traveling around and playing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to do the nursing homes, and whenever I'm in the area, like let's just say for an example, like I go to Missouri, right? And I've got about a week's worth of shows lined up. Well, whatever I see that's going on when I'm there, or whatever I can find on the internet for the time that I'm going to be there, I'll call them up and say, hey, I play the guitar, I put on shows. I see you have a car show. I'll play for free if you guys, just let me play and make videos. I'll just play for free. So that's kind of my idea right now. And then when we're in cities that are big enough to where there's tourist people, I want to set up and do some street performing. I like the idea of doing street performing because you don't have to be there at a certain time, and you don't have to play, for a certain amount of time. You just play until you're tired, and then pick up your stuff and go home. And I don't really want to play for money, because then it just you turn it into a job. Then you have to send out invoices. You have to make sure that you play what they want you to play. You have to make sure you're there on time. You have to play for a certain amount of time. I just don't want to get started with that. I had one of the women at the nursing home, one of the nursing homes that we play at. She asked me why I didn't charge. And that's what I told her. I said, I don't want to do that because it makes it a job. Right now, I'm just having fun and making videos and everything. You want it to be your career? That's cool, man. Everybody ought to do what they want to do, I mean, if that's what you want, then that's what you should do. It's good that Let me turn this down. It's probably, they could hear it really good right there. But it's good that you know what you want to do already. I spent probably 10 years, at least 10 years, not knowing what I was going to do. I didn't have any idea, like, where I was headed, what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to play the guitar, so I just told myself, just play, man. Just play and practice and learn and study and get as good as you can get. And then whatever is going to happen will just happen. God opens up doors, Once you're like, okay, I was in a church one time, and you're going to like this, man. It was a cowboy church, right? Most everybody there dressed in country clothing, country wear. And the pastor was talking about how you have to take a step in faith. And like he said, if you take the first step, then God will take the second step. But if you don't ever take the first step, that's, God won't take the first step for you. You have to take the first step. And I've seen that in my life a few times. When my wife and I were trying to buy a house in Colorado, there was a housing shortage, and houses were going up and up every week. They were going higher, and we were trying to find a realtor to find us to try to buy a house. We had 2 or 3 realtors tell us that they did not want to help us because we didn't get qualified for enough money to buy a house. So we didn't give up, man. I mean, we got qualified for about $220,000, I think. And I told my wife, I'm not giving up. We're going to find a house. And I told her, let's start packing. So I went down and got a bunch of boxes. And my wife said, this is kind of crazy. Are you sure we ought to be packing our stuff? And I said, just pack. We'll just pack everything up and we'll put it in the garage. So I started, that's what we did, man. We started packing all of our stuff and putting it in boxes. And stuff that we didn't need or didn't want, we started giving it away, like to thrift stores. We started selling. We had an extra dryer that was out in the garage. We sold that. And yeah, sure enough, man, we got a contract on a house. We really did. Even the realtor that we were using, she said, don't, I wouldn't like get your hopes up too high because this house just went on the market today. And someone's going to put in a bid higher than you guys. I just know they will. So don't get your hopes up too high. And I told her, I said, you don't know about God, do you? I said, I firmly do believe that God brought us this house. And I'm going to keep believing that. And about 10 o'clock that night, the phone rang. And I looked at my wife and I said, oh man, it's the realtor. I said, this ain't good. And I answered the phone and I said, yes. And she goes, guess what? She goes, they accepted your contract. And she said, I can't even believe it, man, but they did. And I said, oh, that's cool. So check this out. I went over to the house the next day. Because we only lived like a few blocks away from the house. So we went over there. I went over there just to kind of take a look at things on the outside to see like what all kind of work needed to be done. And the woman that was selling the house was outside doing some stuff. So I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and meet her. I'm going to introduce myself and meet her. So I did, and Okay, so her husband played guitar in the worship team at the church that she went to, and he had gotten cancer and was sick for a couple of years and then passed away. And they had two teenage boys, and she could not afford the house anymore, and that's why she was selling it. And so, yeah, I mean, God is real, man. God is definitely real. And I asked her if there was any work that needed to be done in the house, that maybe I could do it, before we bought the house, so that when we moved in, it would be ready, to go, livable. And she said, yeah, there's a leak in the toilet upstairs, and it's been leaking for a long time, and it's running the floor up in the upstairs bathroom. So I went up and looked at it, and sure enough, the toilet was leaking. And it wasn't a big deal. All it was the water line that goes to the toilet was just needed to be replaced. So I told her, I got a water line in my van. I mean, I was in business. I was doing like router service, drain cleaning. So I had the part in my van. I just went and got the part, and I actually took the toilet off and put a new wax ring on and reset the toilet and put on a new water line. And then she showed me some things in the back, like some of the siding needed to be replaced and a couple of the screens. So I had a friend of mine. He's kind of I say an older person. I mean, at the time I would think I was in my late 40s, yeah, maybe early 50s. This guy was a little bit older. He was like in maybe his mid 60s at the time, and he done like handyman work. So I set those two together, kind of gave her like his phone number, and I called him and I told him what was going on, and he went over and done some work over there. So yeah, well, we did buy the house, and the house was a fixer-upper. Okay, it needed a lot of work because that guy had been gone already for like a couple of years. So we spent every extra penny that we had, every extra time that we had working on that house for 2 years. I painted the whole outside of that house. It was a tri-level with a 2-car garage. And I replaced every light outside and inside. I painted everything outside and inside. I replaced all the floors. Replaced 3 ceiling fans. Put in a new dishwasher. And I kind of cleaned up the cabinets and everything. But the housing in, hey, what's going on? From Haiti. Wow, cool, man. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. I appreciate that. But yeah, the housing in Colorado went crazy, crazy high in about 2 years. So, and I told my wife, I said, let's find a place where the property is a little cheaper, and then what we'll do is sell this house, and we'll take the profit from this house, and we'll either put it towards another house or we'll just buy a house outright. And we made enough money. We made almost $100,000 on that house in 2 years, and we were able to buy a house. Just buy it outright with the money that we made on that house. So I'm telling you, man, God is real. God is real, man. When this is kind of crazy too. My wife and I were talking, and she said, I would like for our house to have hardwood floors, real hardwood floors, ceramic tile in the kitchen and the bathroom, and I told her what I would really like to have is a big front porch and a unfinished basement. And you're not gonna believe it, man. The house that we bought had just what we wanted. It definitely does. It has hardwood floors throughout the whole house except for the kitchen and the bathroom, which is ceramic tile. We have a nice big front porch. The basement, it's an unfinished basement. And plus, we got this huge garage in the back. So, yeah, that's my testimony to God. The testimony to you guys that God is real. But if you want to be a performer, you will be. You just got to do it. Don't let nobody tell you can't do it. You believe in yourself and you believe in God, and you'll be a performer. I guarantee it. Do you subscribe to me? Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. You need a good prayer in Haiti? What's going on in Haiti? Hey, Josh, what's up, bro? Man, I checked out some of your videos. You're an awesome guitar player, man. I'm a Christian, yeah. I am a Christian. God is dead. God is dead. God is not dead. God is alive. Haven't you ever heard that song? God's not dead. He's surely alive. Roaring like a lion. You're welcome, man. Anybody that works that hard, yeah, you're Christian. I know you are, buddy. Anybody that works that hard on learning how to play the guitar like you did, you deserve it, man. You're really good. I don't think I've ever really seen anybody play a guitar like that. That's very cool. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why that guy, somebody on here was texting that God is dead. People that don't believe in God, people that go around saying bad stuff about God, you're going to change your mind when you're dying. I'll guarantee you that. The day that you're laying in the bed dying, you're going to be praying to God. Yeah. Death is only the beginning. Well, I kind of joke around about this, but I kind of, oh my God. I kind of joke around about this, but it's kind of really the way I feel. I mean, none of us really know for sure what's going to happen when we die. But I say that, like, when I do die, I'm going to be looking forward to meeting all of the great guitar players, and I want to play guitar with them. And I was saying that at a nursing home one day, and this lady, this old lady, she said, "Hey, Frankie, quit doing that crap." My dog's over there scratching like crazy. This old lady said, what happens if there's no guitars in heaven? And I said, oh man, don't say that. And she laughed and she said, you better take one with you. I told my wife, I go, did you hear that? You're going to have to bury that guitar with me. Put that guitar in my coffin, okay? I want a guitar. Yeah, we really don't know for sure. So I'm going to pray for you, man. The one that keeps saying God is dead, hell, Satan, 666. God is dead. I'm going to pray for you, okay? Lord Jesus, please touch this person's heart and his mind and his soul, because he is clearly lost and he needs some help. I would like for you, Lord Jesus, to please bless this person and let him know you, and maybe you can get this person on the right track to believe in you and praise you and give you the praise that you need in Jesus' name, in Jesus' almighty powerful name. Amen. Yeah, we're all going to pray for you, man. So, we were going to this church in Colorado. It's a big church, man. There's like 2,500 people per service. Oh my God. Well, you do me a favor. Would you leave my channel? Would you get out of here? You're not welcome on my channel, okay? So I'm going to find you later and I'm going to block you, okay? So if you want to go to hell and you want to be with Satan, go now. Get out of here. Anyways, yeah, leave. Get out of here. Go. You're not welcome. Take off. So we were going to this church in Colorado, and it's a big church. And the pastor was preaching one night, and he said that there is no hell, that everybody is going to go to heaven. There is no hell, only heaven. And I looked at my wife and I said, I don't know if I like that or not. And my wife said, yeah, I don't think so too. So anyways, we went to that church for about 4 or 5 years. Hey Josh, what do you think about this guy that's texting all this stuff? How do I get rid of this creep? Is there a way to get rid of this guy? Oh my God. I need to find a way to get rid of this guy. Click on him and block him. Yeah, how do you do that? I don't know how to do it when you're live like that. Hey, you're running our show, bud. Would you get out of here? You're running things. We're trying to have a conversation. We're trying to have a show where we talk to each other, and you're running it for us. Would you please leave? Let me find my phone. You're clearly a very sick individual, but you're kind of getting me upset because you're running my talk show. God, what a little creep. So I don't know how to get rid of this guy, but I'm definitely going to block you, and I'm going to turn you into YouTube. All right, guys. Well, we're just going to ignore this loser who's trying to run our show because I don't know how to shut him off. So anyways, let's just ignore this guy. Let him text all the stupid stuff he wants to text. Cool. Oh, cool. Good job, sis. Yeah, I don't understand what this guy's problem is. He's clearly got a big problem. Thank you, guys. Thank you for reporting this guy. But here's the thing, man. As a Christian, I wish that you would find your way to God, because you're going to need God, okay? And like I said, when you're dying, you will be praying for God. You're probably going to be one of those people that are going to be freaking out and crying and throwing a fit and pooping their pants. But you'll die anyways. You'll die. There you go. Now we got some God lovers in here. We're going to out-God you. Yeah. We're going to out-God you, buddy. Amen. Okay, so let's ignore this creep, because he's obviously on drugs and has a severe mental problem. I want to talk about something that I feel bad about. What's your favorite Bible? So I'm not going to be like stupid Trump and tell you that everything is the same, and I like all Bibles and I like all verses. I'm not much of a reader. I do get like on an email, I get a verse every day. So I do read that every day. Let me see if I can show it to you. I think I've already deleted it for the day. But you know, the Bible that we studied out of when we did go to church was just the New Version, King James. And I have tried to read the Bible a few times. I did read the Old Testament part, and man, it's crazy. I was thinking to myself, wow, this is some really violent and crazy stuff, man. You love Jesus Christ, yes. Joey Two Shirts, okay. But yeah, man, I mean, I kind of got out of church a little bit after we left Colorado, because this little town that we live in Kansas, we can't really find a church that we fit into over here. And the only church that we found that we really liked is about 20, almost 30 miles away from where we live. And it just kind of makes it real stressful to try to drive that far. And then it's putting a lot of miles on our car. So I don't know. And then COVID came along and they shut that church down for a while. And then some people got vaccinated. Some people didn't get vaccinated. People were dying everywhere. And we just kind of quit going to church. We watch church on TV every Sunday, and we like watching Charles Stanley. Wow, it's a little ways. I mean, 30 miles ain't too bad, right? But here's the thing: we drive over there once a week to get groceries, right? We get our medicine over there. We get our groceries over there. Anything that we need, you know, our mechanics over there. So we were trying to do like, okay, let's go to church on Saturday evening, and then when we get out of church, we'll go to get groceries. And that wasn't working out too good. Once we got out of church, we were just tired. We didn't feel like going, you know, to get groceries. So then we ended up coming home, and then we ended up going to get groceries the next day. So I said, you know, really, this is putting too many miles on our car. Yeah, you're right, man. You know, if you're not getting what you feel like you should be getting out of church, then you really shouldn't be going to that church. That's how I feel, right? If you're not getting fed the Word of God, then, and you're not satisfied with what you're getting, then going to that church is kind of like a waste of time. I mean, I know that it's church, but you still are going to go to church to try to learn something and to try to get satisfied with, you know, the message that they're giving you that week. And we just weren't like getting that, you know. So yeah, we just, I know I do kind of feel bad about that, but oh well. Why are we bullying? We're not bullying nobody. This guy is over here saying all kinds of nasty stuff. So, oh, why are you bullying? You guys are getting me all confused. Anyways, let's talk about something different, okay? I want to tell you guys something that I did that was, I made a mistake. And I want to try to clear up that mistake. And I'm going to say it now to everybody that's here and everybody that watches this video. And I'm going to make a video tomorrow. Not a live video, just a video. Okay, on the Acoustasonic. Oh, on this guitar right here. This is an Acoustasonic guitar. Okay, you see how it has a sound hole right here, like an acoustic guitar? Okay, so when I first got this guitar, I tried hooking it up to a couple of pedals, you know, guitar pedals to see, you know, what it would sound like. And when I did hook it up, it sounded horrible. I got a lot of feedback. It was humming and buzzing and just making terrible noises. I tried adjusting things. I tried, you know, turning the level of the pedal down. I tried turning the, you know, up. I tried several things. And I just gave up. I said, well, okay, well, this guitar just can't handle pedals. So, it's been a long time, man. I've had this guitar a little bit over a year. So, people were commenting on my videos that they liked the guitar. One guy said that he played in the worship team at his church and that this was his dream guitar. And I told him, it's a nice guitar. I like it a lot. But I recommend that you go to a music store and check it out. And then he asked me about pedals. And I said, okay, well, I did not have good luck with hooking pedals up to the guitar. And I know one other video, someone was talking to me about covering the sound hole, you know, because that's what you do on an acoustic guitar. If you want to hook it up to an amplifier, you cover up the sound hole, and that way you don't get like all the feedback and all the, you know, echoing and all that. Okay, so I've been watching a lot of videos lately because I'm just now starting to get into pedals, and I'm going to be getting me a pedal board for my birthday in August. And I've got quite a bit of stuff that I've been getting, you know, so I can put the pedal board together. And then I seen this video of a couple of guys playing Acoustasonics with, you know, pedals. They had it plugged into a big amp, and they were playing with pedals, you know, distortion and tube screamers, fuzz pedals, you name it, man. They were playing. So I told my wife, I said, that's crazy, man. My guitar didn't do that. Okay, when I tried plugging my guitar into my pedals, I just had a daisy chain. So now I have a power supply that gives each pedal the proper amount of power. So I took my guitar downstairs and I plugged it in, and it works fantastic. I mean, almost better than my Stratocaster. So yeah, I had to try to make this wrong right, because I told people that it did not hook up to the pedals good, but it does. You know what, Ricky? I was hoping that you would ask me that, man. I'm going to set you straight, brother. I'm going to put you on the right track. The pedal that I just got last week, and it's one of the most popular pedals in the world, is a Ibanez Tube Screamer that is like been around since the 70s. They're nice. It gave my guitar such a bigger sound. And so when I use my distortion pedal now, I kick on the Tube Screamer, and then I leave the Tube Screamer on, then I turn on my distortion pedal. Wow. It's nice, man. The one that I got though, Ricky, was the one that has like, I think there's 4 knobs on it. It's actually called the Turbo TS9 Ibanez Tube Screamer. So check that one out. That's the one I would recommend. And if you don't want to get that one, I mean, watch a bunch of videos on it. But if you don't want to get that one, I would definitely get the, there's 2 that I believe are going to be about the same. The original one, I think, is the 8 something. I'd have to look it up real quick. But 08, 808, something like that. And the other one is the TS9. The one with the 8 in the number, that's supposed to be more like the original. And then the TS9 is supposed to be like the updated version. But yeah, definitely, man, get you a Tube Screamer. Ibanez Tube Screamer. You can't go wrong with that thing, man. And then for your second pedal, either a blues driver, a Boss blues driver, or a fuzz pedal. I have been researching fuzz pedals because that's the next pedal that I want to get. And I was thinking about getting, okay, let me put this guitar down. They have a pedal that's called Fuzz Face. It actually looks like a face with the knobs. It's round. Okay, the original Fuzz Face is big, right? It's bigger than what I want on my pedal board. And they remade these Fuzz Faces into smaller versions, maybe like that big. So, but they have a lot of different ones, and they're made different ways. So I watched a bunch of videos on those. And I want something that's been around for a long time. You know, I just like the idea of something that's like, they call it like an iconic foot pedal. From the, usually they say like they're from the 60s or 70s. So I found this one is called Big Muff. M-U-F-F, Big Muff. and the company's out of New York. So I checked those out, and thinking that that's the one I want to get. So the original, if you can find an original, which I did find one today on eBay, but it's about 300 bucks, and it's all scratched up, man. So I don't want that. I like everything on mine to be like in perfect condition, but they're only like around $100 new, and they're about the same as the original. Just maybe instead of being like chrome looking, I think they might be white, but I'm not real sure about that. But if you you'll like that, Ricky. Try that one, man. Try the Tube Screamer. I really would recommend the Turbo TS9 Tube Screamer. You will like it. You can't go wrong with it. When you add more pedals, you can use more than one pedal at a time. So I have that Tube Screamer, and like I was telling you, I kick on my distortion or my blues driver when I want to solo, kind of give you a little bit, higher volume, so you don't have to mess with the volume. It's nice, real nice. There's a lot of people on YouTube that are making videos of them trying different pedals and talking about, which pedals that they recommend and what the pedals do. So one of the pedals that I later I want to get is a phase. And what it does is, I think, let me look real quick, because I want to make sure I'm giving you all the right information. But a phase pedal is like a compressor. Hang on, let me make sure I'm telling you the right stuff. How about that, Josh? Do you know about that? No. That's not the right one then. This one says that it makes like a wave sound. I have a tremolo, and that makes the wave sound. Let's put in compressor pedal. What a compressor pedal does, though, what's it really do? Let's see what it says. MRX compressor. What it does is I'm going to give you the example of the guy that made a video that I watched. When they first started using compressors is when they invented the phone. So you get someone that's talking real loud, and you get someone that's talking quiet. It makes the quiet more louder, it makes the louder more quiet. So it's even. Well, it does that to your guitar. And it's a compressor. I guess that's the name of the pedal, is a compressor. But yeah, it kind of evens things out. So like when you're playing and you're jamming and you're like playing pretty hard, hitting the strings pretty hard, it doesn't come out like real loud. Or if you're like, the opposite, if you're playing like gentle, it won't be too quiet. It'll bring that up, and it'll bring the loudness down. Okay, let's see. Oh, want to watch George and... Is it George and Mandy? Is that what you're going to watch? God bless you too, Ricky. Go have some fun, buddy. Okay, so there's not too many people on here. I think maybe I might play with the guitar a little bit. Unless anybody wants to ask me any questions or talk to me about anything, I'm right here for y'all. Josh, are you still in here? Do you guys use pedals for like the kind of guitar playing that you use, or do you plug into the amp, or do you just play like just what the guitar gives you? Let's put y'all back here a little ways. You still can't see me, huh? You can see me a little bit. I'm not on the right string there. There you go. Get on the right string, Robert. For you guys that are in here, if you see this guy, Josh, check out some of his videos. Check out some of his music. It's amazing. If I wasn't just so focused on what I'm trying to learn right now, I would try to learn some classical music. It's really cool. But I just know that it would take a lot of practice. Right now, I have a mission to accomplish. I want to solo like the guys that I like, you know, the blues music, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Chris Tone, Kingfish. If you watch those guys when they solo, it is so amazing, man. It's so amazing. I'm getting there. I really am getting there. I've been practicing my scales probably, I would say, about a year or two maybe after I started learning how to play the guitar. I started learning my pentatonic scales and my modes. So I'm really getting into that deep, man. You have to know your pentatonic scales, 1 through 5, and you have to know how to play it in the major and the minor, and you have to know when to play it in the major and in the minor. So I know it doesn't sound like very much, but this is the way I explain it to my wife. So imagine that you're on a merry-go-round and you're going right really fast on this merry-go-round, and then you jump off for a little while and maybe run the opposite direction that the merry-go-round's going in, and then try to get back on the merry-go-round while it's still spinning really fast. That's what it's like to do a solo when you're playing, okay? The music's playing, you're playing the guitar, and now it's time to solo. You gotta jump off, solo, and then jump back on. And yeah, sometimes you trip and fall. When you hit the wrong note, when you're in the middle of a solo and you hit the wrong note, man, you can hear that so good, so clear. It's just so out of place. And you know that you made a mistake. So usually what I do when I hit a clunker, I just say, that's good, man. I just go back to playing. I don't try to fix it. I just say, that's it. I'm done. I just go right back to the song. I have to build my courage up, you know. I can hear the song coming, you know, the solo part's coming. It's coming, it's coming, it's gonna be here any minute. And I try to think like, okay, where am I gonna solo? You know, where am I gonna go? I'm playing the song, I'm watching the chords, you know, and I'm like, okay, where am I gonna go? Okay, I'm gonna go right here. And you start playing again. I'm getting that skill, right? It's easy to do at the house. When no one's watching me, I do a lot better. When I'm in front of a crowd of people, oh boy. It's like that merry-go-round is going 3 or 4 times faster than it does at my house. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to explain. If you've never done it before, if you've never played in front of people before, that's what it's like. And honestly, I have done, let's see, it's been a little over a year since I started. I've done 43 shows. And I'm still getting that kind of tunnel vision effect to where time goes by real fast. Like I know where I'm at, I know what I'm doing, I know what song I'm on, I know how many songs I've played. But when I'm all done, and I usually played like around 25 songs in about an hour and a half, it just feels like I've only been there about a half an hour. I'm still really blown away by how that feels. So I would say that it's going to take another 43. It's going to take another 43 shows maybe. But I'm getting there, man. I strongly do feel like if you want to be great, you have to go out and play in front of people. I watched an interview with Joe Walsh one time. He was talking about the first time he ever played in front of people. And he was kind of telling, like, talking to, like, people, you know, in the interview. And he said, if you've never played in front of people, you have to do it. And yeah, you're going to suck. You're going to suck. For the first few times, you're not going to be like great. And man, was he ever right. Yeah. My first time I played, I know I was making a mistake like every other chord. I was getting clunkers. I couldn't get my fingers on the chords fast enough. I couldn't get them to the right chords. The music on my iPad was going way too fast. It felt like the song was going like in fast motion or something. But I had severe stage fright. Very, very severe stage fright. I just went in, I just played until all the songs were done. And even the people, one lady at one nursing home, she said, you really ought to interact with the audience a little bit more. I said, all right, well, thanks, lady. I appreciate that. I'll try that. It's not easy to interact with the audience when you're having a kind of struggling on what you're trying to do. It looked like that one guy got out of here, huh? Man, what kind of a person is that to be saying all that stuff? That's crazy. Some guy was over here saying all kinds of really disgusting stuff about God is dead and hail Satan and maybe
Jeez,
maybe it was Trump.
he's crazy.
It could have been Donald Trump. All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna shut it off early. Hang on, let me get a pick. Hey, Josh. Do you hook your guitars up to amplifiers? I was asking that earlier, but you must have went to get a sandwich or something, because you never did answer me. Well, I was curious to see if you hooked your guitars up to an amplifier with doing classical music. The electric ones I do plug in. Oh, okay, cool, man. Cool. Do you use like pedals, or you just run it clean? That would be pretty cool, man, if you did that with like a little bit of distortion. Maybe. That's pretty good stuff though, man. I watched some of your videos. It's definitely interesting. Do you have like scales and stuff you practice? Do you have different scales than other people? Oh, you play live, huh? Wow, cool, man. Very neat, man. Very neat. Do you have any videos of you playing live? I'd like to go watch it, man. You played in the White House? Wow. That's really cool. How long ago did you play in the White House? Hey, could you grab me a pick, please? Thank you. Thank you very much. My assistant. It was during Obama. Cool, man. I like Obama. Um, that would be crazy, man, playing at the White House. Uh, so Obama, he was a cool dude, right? He was. In my opinion, he was the best president. I mean, in our times. Not only was he very smart, but he just had that coolness to him, man. Being from Chicago and being, half black, he's into blues music, and he had B.B. King and some other. I know Buddy Guy was there. B.B. King was there. The Trucks band, Trucks. I always get his name mixed up. He played, him and his wife, Susan, and him. He's the one that always plays with the slide. Played with the Allman Brothers. There was a bunch of people that played that night, together. But yeah, man, he was cool. That is neat, man. Very good, buddy. You keep up the good work, man. I'm proud to have you on my channel. Wow, someone that actually been to the White House, that played at the White House. Very cool, man. Very cool. My ultimate goal with my guitar playing is to play on a cruise ship. I'd like to get a job playing on a cruise ship. And I figure if they give me a free cruise and they put me in a nice room, not a crappy room, when it happens, I'm gonna make sure they put me in a nice room, or I'm not gonna do it. But go on like a week or two cruise, and I can jam out every night, for entertainment. I'll do it, man. He didn't like it? Well, I think it's something you want to do just like maybe once or twice, or maybe once a year, right? Or twice a year. But to be on it for like a long time, no, I don't want to do that. The movie Oz, yeah, you like that, huh? Yeah, I wouldn't like to do that. I just want to go there, go on a cruise, and then come back, and then I'm done, right? I just want to do it like maybe once and just say, yes, I did it. I made it. I did it. Yeah, I had a customer when I was doing my router service. I had a customer that worked on a container ship, and he was like that. He would call me from the, or no, actually, yeah, he did call me from the ship, but usually he'd send me an email. Yeah, but yeah, this guy that, so he actually had bought an old church that was converted into a house, and he lived in the top part, and then he rented out the basement. Or maybe it was the other way around. I'm not for sure, man. I think he lived in the basement, honestly, because I remember seeing his guitar down there. He was also a guitar player. But yeah, he'd send me an email and ask me if I could go over and clean out the drain. He just had me do it like about every 6 months or a year because it had tree roots. And he'd ask me to go over there, and then he'd just like give me the credit card information on the phone. And I know that in the email I'd ask him that if he was out, like on the ship. And he said, yeah, always, man. But yeah, he was always gone all the time. He was hardly ever home. I think I only talked to the guy. I only met him like maybe once. But he said, well, it's a job, you know, and it pays real good. And it's, you know, it's a lot of fun. And because we travel, we go to all these ports, and, you know, I get off of every port and go and eat and shop and party, whatever. He goes, it's a blast. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get out of here. It's been over an hour, and yeah, yeah, it'd be a crazy job for sure. Do you ever watch that TV show 90 Day Fiance? There's a kid on there that met this woman on the ship, and they hooked up, and he got her pregnant, and now he has like, they give him like 90 days. They get a visa to come to the United States, or maybe they get a visa to go to their country, and then they have 90 days to get married. That's why it's called 90 Day Fiance. My sister actually got me started watching that a few years ago. But now that he has the visa, and he's actually there in Wyoming, which is a pretty boring state. I mean, even the cities in Wyoming aren't that big. But I'm trying to read what this person's writing. This that I have right here is not a bass. This is a Acoustasonic guitar. It's a 6-string, Jazzmaster Acoustasonic by Fender. But now that he's in Wyoming and he's with this woman, they've had a baby, and she has 2 other little boys. He wants to go back on the cruise ship. And she said, no, if you go back on the cruise ship, I'm not going to marry you. And if you do it after we're married, I'm not going to stay with you. So are you saying that you play the bass? Because I don't play the bass. I have a buddy that plays the bass. But I don't know. I mean, if you want to check out a really good bass player, there's a guy named Stevie Vale. Not Stevie Ray Vaughan. This guy's name is Stevie Vale. And he's a very good guitar player. And I don't know if he's got the same bass player now that he did have, but that bass player is very good. Another really good bass player is the guy that plays for the Los Lonely Boys. There are 3 brothers, Mexican brothers. There's a drummer, a bass player, and a guitar player, and they're all 3 very good musicians. But check out that guy. His bass playing is really crazy good. All right, y'all. it for me, guys. I will see you all later. Friday night at 7. Hope that you guys can join me Friday night. And Saturday morning. No, did I say that wrong? Let me say it again. Friday night at 7. And Saturday at 11. See how I got things a little mixed up? That's like one of those twisters, man. That's a tongue twister. Let's see. All right, y'all. Thank you very much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. I appreciate you guys watching me. I appreciate all your support. Josh, you take care, brother. I'm going to go look at some of your videos, man. I'm going to see if I can find you in the White House. I communicate with somebody that played in the White House. That's pretty awesome, man. I'm digging it. All right, y'all. Like always, I'm Robert. This is Guitar Journeys. Thanks for checking me out. I really do appreciate it. I will see you next time.